Okay, and we're live. We're back. We're back at it again. What's up, Compass Cartel? Welcome back to the live stream. And this time, we're going to talk about some airdrops. If you're not familiar with an airdrop is, and maybe you're not big into the crypto world just yet, but you're interested, basically it's free money coming from these companies that are ICOing, initial coin offering. Very similar to an IPO in the stock market, but here we're talking about the crypto market. So it's coins. So that's an ICO. So when these companies ICO, what they do is that they give a portion and a percentage of their coin, normally like 10-20%, depending, they may go up to 30% of that coin back to the users. So if you use their platform, you bring in revenue, you have volume, they will reward you. And we saw this big, absolutely huge last bull run, 2021 NFTs, all these new NFT platforms were coming out. OpenSea, I'm going to talk about because it is the biggest or one of the biggest NFT platforms. But, you know, there was Blur, there was LooksRare, X2, Y2, all these different NFT platforms that were literally giving you airdrops. So giving you free money in the form of their token that you could cash out because it has enough liquidity. Literally, you could cash it out and just take it back to the bank or buy some Bitcoin, buy some Ethereum, buy some Chainlink, whatever you want. Literally, whatever you want. But I'm going to dive into it. I'm going to get deep into it. I know I just went on a little rant. I like to do a little intro first. But hit that chat up, blow up that chat. Please, please, please blow up that chat. If you like what you're seeing, hit that like button and please subscribe and support your boy, Crypto Compass. Please, Compass Cartel, show me some love. I would very much appreciate it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our intro. Let me play some music, let the beat vibe a little bit, let it feel it out just a little bit. I know that little thumbs up pops up. Don't want that. But let everyone come and roll in. Let this kind of build up. We're talking about airdrops today. We got airdrops. We got OpenSea. We got BNB. We got so much Monad. We got so much coming in the pipeline. We got so much to talk about. Airdrops, free money to claim. You better be ready for this stream. Come on. This is going to go crazy. I hope you learn a lot after this. Come on. Okay, cut the music there, but all beats by King Mida, by the way, so no copyright. Just want to put it out there. Thank you, YouTube. But let's dive into it. I'm going to start with the first and foremost, one of the biggest, most anticipated drops, and that's OpenSea. OpenSea is one of the biggest NFT platforms. It might be the biggest by volume. It's just beautiful UI. A lot of people use it. Collections are listed on there. They have minting process, easy process to even see your rewards right now. So just a lot going on over there. I used OpenSea as my very first NFT platform when I started trading NFTs back in 2021. And I feel like now they're trying to revamp. They're trying to bring something back, and they're doing that with their token, and it's called Sea. They already hinted at it. They already created an OpenSea Foundation, which is like a page on Twitter, and then the foundation, that's what the funding is coming from, and that's how they're going to deploy their coin. And it's going to be called Sea. So that's coming out, and fairly soon. You know, we keep seeing hints and hints of stuff dropping. We already saw Monad come out. We saw, Meteora, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Meteora coming out. That's a liquidity provider on Solana. So all these different companies are coming out, and they are giving out airdrops. So it comes back to game theory. If one person does it, the next, and then the next. And who benefits? Us as the users. We are going to majorly benefit from this. And, if you feel like you have an airdrop or you have questions about any of this, please blow up that chat. I want to see this chat just nonstop questions. I don't care if there's one person in here, 100 people in here. Please Post your questions in the chat. Tell me your comments, concerns, anything. Blow up that chat. But I'm going to talk about OpenSea, and I'm just going to get right into it. So when we're talking about OpenSea, we always want to look at the platform and the website that we're going towards, and that's OpenSea.io. And if any of you want the official website, obviously there's a lot of scams and stuff out there, so I want to drop it right here in the chat. So go ahead and check that out, OpenSea.io. But I'm just going to kick it off, get started with it, and I'm actually just going to share my screen and show you exactly what the website looks like. So here we have it right here. This is OpenSea. So I want to go to, this is their rewards platform. Let's just start on their homepage. So you have their homepage here. You know, you have your collections of NFTs. You have your own wallet here. I'm using my Crypto Compass wallet. And basically, you know, you can see these collections. You can search by a specific collection, you know, like Pudgy Penguins is a big one. Bored Ape Yacht Club, that was a huge one. Moonbirds, Low Pudgies, you know, all these are big ones. They show trending ones. So this is kind of just the UI, but what we want to left-hand side right here, and that's this reward section. So this is where they started implementing these treasure chests. So basically you go on these like little quests, like for example, this one says buy an collection on any chain, at least spend $50. So you can hit view collections here, kind of go in, see some collections, and obviously you can filter it. I know there's like a little filter option. You know, is verified is a filter. I'm trying to find where the other filters. I know it's somewhere here. Yeah, there you go. You can take that filter on and off, but I'm not sure. There's, or I guess it's right here on this left-hand side. You can filter it out, is verified, go through all these different things. I want it on the Ethereum chain. I want it art. You know, I want max floor price of 0.01 ETH, whatever, right? You can basically add all these filters and then be able to grab exactly what you want. And that's the benefit that we're looking at here. So this is super, super helpful, right? But these little voyages, as OpenSea likes to call it, because they're like voyages, they're at sea, right? Little play on words. But what they're trying to do is get people to use more volume, and they're going to end up rewarding them. So every transaction, all the stuff you do right now could definitely add to your airdrop. So if you continue to do these voyages, and look, we have a lot of chests here, right? My wallet, for example, I'm just on this first chest. You know, I can get up here all the way up to this gold solar chest and all the way to the highest, which is actually locked at this point. And it does have a countdown, right? So, you know, it ends in 30 days. So they have waves. So the first wave already ended. So if you didn't do any voyages in that first wave, totally okay. But now the second wave is coming, and you can try to complete as many of these voyages as you can before you hit those 30 days. So what I would do and what I would recommend to you guys is stay active, get on OpenSea, start doing these voyages, start collecting those points so that you can, you know, get rewarded for it. Because if you don't want to, you know, you want to get a big airdrop. That's the goal. You want to get a good allocation of C. You could get $1,000, $2,000. Let's say you do these voyages and you spend up to $200, $300 with all the transactions and NFTs you're buying and trading and so on. Your output reward can end up being $2,000, $3,000. So let's just say you put in 200 in these voyages, you could end up getting 2,000, 3,000 in the actual airdrop or these rewards. And OpenSea actually, the rewards that they're outputting is coming from, they have like a whole, so you can see here their reward pool. They have a lot of Ethereum, OP Optimism, Somnia. They also have a whole bunch of NFTs that they were buying up, different tokens. I guess, oh, this is wave 2, so it's not going to show all of it. Wave 1 had a lot of NFTs. I guess OpenSea is still actively buying it because it was just 8 hours ago they updated it, but right now they're sitting at about $1 million of estimated value. So in each wave, they distribute that value. So first wave, I believe, went up to like $10 million that was distributed between multiple wallets that were literally going in and doing these voyages. So again, just the benefit of doing the voyages. Remember, one thing to remember, connect your EVM wallet. EVM is Ethereum virtual machine. So that means it connects your Ethereum wallet if you're wanting to get your rewards, because your rewards are going on the Ethereum chain. You can, of course, go on Phantom, go on Solana, and trade on here using that wallet and using the Solana chain, but they need you to connect an Ethereum wallet, because that is where the rewards will be sent. So let's just say you did all the voyages using your Solana wallet, only on Solana chain, cool. But since you didn't connect an Ethereum wallet, you won't be rewarded. So keep that in mind. You want to connect your EVM wallet. And then you can also do token swaps. So they have an option to do token swaps on here, which is super cool. So they actually have tokens. So you can literally come in here and be like, oh, this one went up a lot. Maybe I want to buy some. Come in here, swap your Ethereum for this, right? 0.001, whatever, something random. I don't even have enough in there to cover that or whatever. So this is on the optimism chain, but this is a native DEX, decentralized exchange, that's sitting on OpenSea, right? So you have all these new integrations, a lot going on OpenSea. So that just tells me that a lot of potential. There's a lot to go in here, a lot of time, a lot of effort that you can put in and start. What's the concept of farming these airdrops? So when you farm an airdrop, that means you create volume, you do swaps, you interact strictly and only to get an airdrop. You're not a organic user, you're not a natural user, you're literally just farming the platform in the hopes that you get an airdrop. Now, people do this. This has been a thing for a while now. This is not a new term. People farm just to get airdrops. Great. But remember, it always comes back to the organic, natural just use of a platform. If you naturally use a platform, you will get rewarded. And again, going back to my example in 2021, you had LooksRare, Blur, X2Y2, all these different NFT platforms literally rewarded you all because you bought NFTs. So me, I was trading NFTs, just buying, selling, listing, this and that, did all of that and got rewarded. And on average, even if you weren't playing with huge money, if you were literally just buying and selling like under $1,000, that kind of volume, you still could have made at least like 10 grand in airdrops. That's how crazy airdrop season got. That's how crazy the last bull run is. And I don't feel like this bull run is much different. Go ahead and tell me in the chat. Blow up that chat, please, Compass Cartel. Blow up that chat and tell me how you feel about NFTs. Do you feel like we'll get more NFT airdrops? Or how do you feel about these upcoming airdrops? And are you qualified for them? Or are you coming in here to learn? Because I'm here to teach you. I'll teach you how to qualify for it. I'll teach you how to literally break everything down. And, we can take it step by step. It's really that simple. As far as OpenSea, go do those interactions for those voyages. Get in there, do those rewards, do some swaps, maybe list some NFTs, get volume on different wallets. So then maybe you can qualify across multiple wallets. All these are good strategies. But OpenSea is coming. There is no doubt. OpenSea has publicly posted many, many times. I think I have like a tweet here too. They literally said we are dropping C. It's gonna happen. I can't find the tweet. I'll have to pull it up later, but they have a whole OpenSea Foundation. Actually, I'll just show you that directly because the OpenSea Foundation is their actual foundation that's dropping the C token. So OpenSea Foundation. This was actually dropped February 13th, earlier this year. So they haven't even posted since then. So literally think about it. The OpenSea comes out and says in February of this year, and it's in October. So that's more than 6-7 months, something like that. Maybe I'm off on the math, but they waited that long to just drop the token. So they're building up hype. They're literally telling you on February of this year, start farming. That was their kind of coded tweet, you can say, to basically tell you start farming, start going on there, start collecting rewards because we are going to be tracking it. And now, near the end of the year, this is when the rewards will be coming out. But if you're an OG user and you were using NFTs back when I was using it, 2021, 2020, all the way 22, even during the bear, then you will get rewarded too. They will not forget OG users. But there is a caveat to that. Whatever. There is something to that. What it is that you want to continue using volume. They don't want to see people who used it in the past and don't currently use it. So that's why I'm urging you, if you have historical volume, you also want to have current volume. You want to be able to do those voyages right now, do some swaps, use some new functions that are built in, and maybe you'll get rewarded more, right? And who knows? One more thing I actually forgot to add, which is actually pretty huge, is that OpenSea has their own NFT, and they actually dropped this NFT to users a while back. You can actually mint it directly. It's called Genesis. So OpenSea has a collection called Genesis, which is basically their own product. So if you hold one of these NFTs, and maybe if you have it across multiple wallets, you may get rewarded just for holding it because it's OpenSea's native NFT. So just something to keep in mind. That's neither confirmed or denied, but there's a high likely chance that if you hold this, it could be a multiplier in your airdrop. So if you hold this NFT right here, you could definitely get like a 2 times, 3 times multiplier like that. Maybe something like that will come up. Who knows, right? Put out there because I definitely want to put that on your radar. Genesis, write it down, note it down, consider it because this could be a big play for the airdrop. So putting that out there and kind of transitioning from OpenSea, let's jump into MetaMask. So MetaMask is a decentralized wallet native to the Ethereum chain, but obviously you can build more on it. And I know they incorporated Solana too. So now they have additional layer ones on top of layer twos, which are networks you can build on top of Ethereum to lower transaction fees and speed up time in transactions. All this is there, right? So MetaMask, I'm sure you've used it if you've been in the space. They are also dropping a token. And here's a tweet from them that they actually put out pretty recently. And over here, they're saying, they're just giving like a little disclosure. They're saying, please show this post to anyone that needs to know MetaMask is cooking. They're cooking. They're in the kitchen. They're whipping it up. They're ready to drop something, right? Perps trading is here. Perpetual trading is where you're trading on leverage, things like futures. And they also have prediction markets. So if you're not familiar with poly market is where you can place a bet on something, anything to happen. For example, there was a poly market bet on the government shutting down. So if you bet yes, you got it correct and you made money. If you bet no, you were wrong and you lost money. Things like that. Any events going on in the world, you can bet on. So they added MetaMask actually partnered with Poly Market and they integrated their prediction markets inside MetaMask. This last part's the most important part. A future MetaMask token has been confirmed. MetaMask is dropping a coin. It has been obvious. See, there's no nothing to hide any times publicly, even in an interview and like a couple streams ago, 2-3 streams ago. If you want to reference the video, go ahead. I talk more about MetaMask specifically, but this just further confirms, and to me, it tells me it's coming very, very soon. That just gets me excited, right? The fact that all these airdrops coming very soon. The market, of course, had a huge flash crash, but now we're starting to recover, starting to come back. And now we're bringing in this new volume of money that's coming in. So now we can take that money and throw it back into the market, propel all of our investments up, and make money. It's that simple. That's the goal, the end of the day, to find the right plays, long term, short term. You're a trader, you're a hodler, whatever you are. The goal here is to get into a position where you feel like it can be profitable and then take your profit. That simple. But what's even better than making a trade is getting free money. Free, FREE, free money handed to you simply because you were active on chain, simply because you did a swap on MetaMask, or you bridged from one network to another on MetaMask, or you use MetaMask as your primary wallet, or if you use OpenSea as your main platform for NFTs, and you were trading on there, swapping on there, listing, buying, all this stuff, all this activity is stored on chain, right? So back to the basics, just to let you guys know, the blockchain is a public ledger. Everything is recorded. Every buy, sell, transfer, anything you do cannot be hidden. The only thing hidden is the name of the wallet, because that's an anonymous alphanumeric number, but it's all public. So if I figure out your wallet address, for example, I will be able to look it up on chain on Etherscan if it's on Ethereum, and I'll be able to see, oh, he bought this in an NFT on this date for this price. He spent this much gas, and then he listed this NFT. Oh, he sent money from this wallet to that wallet. Stuff like that. So this is what airdrops look at, and they take what's called a snapshot. So a snapshot is a time and place to where everything before that time counts towards the airdrop. Everything after that time does not. So for example, let's say OpenSea just says snapshot today, October 15th, 2025, boom, cut it off. I'm going to take a snapshot right then and there. So if I take that snapshot, it only takes historical history before October 15th. So if they took that snapshot right now, and then tomorrow I start doing some more voyages, I start, listing, buying, blah, 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 doing all this other stuff on OpenSea, none of that is going to count towards the airdrop. So if I'm a farmer and I'm not just using it to buy an NFT I like that I think could be profitable, if I'm just farming it, the snapshot is a very important date. But the tricky part here is companies don't come out and say, we're going to give a snapshot on this day. Because if they did, there would be a lot more farmers and not natural organic use on the platform. So why would they do that? It wouldn't make any sense for MetaMask, OpenSea, any company to do that. So they don't. It's simple. They don't do that. Instead, what they're going to do is just randomly just kind of like drop a bomb on you and be like, ooh, snapshot was taken on this date. And normally they give you a previous date. So if OpenSea announced today, maybe they'll be like, snapshot was taken October 1st. So everything you've been doing up until now is nothing. Again, hypotheticals, none of this is confirmed, but that's the concept of a snapshot on chain. So because it's on chain, the blockchain has a record of all your transactions, all your volume, all your history. And OpenSea, MetaMask, whatever the company is that's making the airdrop, they decide when the snapshot comes in. So keep that in mind. Try to understand that process because it's very important when it comes to the airdrop, especially if you're trying to farm it and gain points and rewards for multipliers to get more of an airdrop. Because, of course, the more volume you do, the more money you spend on your platform, the more you list, buy, swap, the more features and functions you use, the greater your airdrop will be. So someone who has $100,000 of volume will make a lot more money in the airdrop compared to someone that only had $1,000 of volume, for example. So keep that in mind, something very important to remember. Tell me how you feel about that. Please blow up that chat. Chat's been a little silent. Blow up that chat. Tell me how you feel about it. Do you feel like you're qualified for the airdrop? Are you worried about it? Are you familiar with OpenSea or MetaMask? Please get interactive. Tell me how you feel, Compass Cartel, because I'm here to answer your questions. Literally, think of this as like a live session. We can just sit here and answer your questions, and I can literally go through anything that you want. So keep that in mind. Keep that chat active. Please. But moving on here, right? So I went through OpenSea, I went through MetaMask. Now let's talk about BNB. Wow, like BNB's been crazy. BNB's been blowing up. BNB was let's discuss. So BNB is Binance, right? Binance is coin, and then on Binance you have a layer 2 called Binance Smart Chain, and on here a lot of people are creating memes, trading memes, maybe even actually legit projects, but the meme coin market attention is literally sitting on Binance Smart Chain to be specific. So if you're trying to trade memes, if you're looking for attention for volume, if you're only familiar with Solana and you don't really know how to bridge over, I can definitely help with that. I can literally sit down with you one on one just to stress it out. I can sit down with you one on one. You can, all you have to do is click the link below. That's it. Follow that link below in the description. We can set up some time. I'll sit down with you one on one and we can talk about bridging. I can show you the best and the very best memes that I'm looking at, the ones that are profitable. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to highlight a very specific BNB meme that I am very big on and I feel like is super bullish. And I'll show you the charts, I'll show you the technicals, the fundamentals. I'll break down everything for you. And maybe you can take the trade too. Again, not financial advice, just another guy on the internet trying to make a name, trying to build a product. I'm trying to be your navigator. I'm trying to be your compass. That's who I am. But enough of that deviation. Let's talk about BNB. So BNB is blowing up. Binance is blowing up. Just last week, Trump came out and said, oh, 100% tariffs on China. Market nuked, completely nuked. Bitcoin down to 100. Ethereum neared maybe 32, 3,300. Chainlink dropped below $10. Chainlink was below $10, right? Insane metrics, like things you would not think you would see. A lot of this was due to the fact that many people were over leveraged. Too many perpetual dexes like Aster, for example. That's one. You have all these companies dropping perpetual trading. So too many people were long. But some of these companies or exchanges, you can say, Binance, for example, they know a lot of people lost money on it. They felt partly responsible. And what they did now is that they're saying, if you lost money during this volatility, what they're doing is they're giving you like a reimbursement. They're kind of giving you your money back. And they actually already gave one wave of it, and they give it back in BNB. And there's no claim, nothing you have to do. They look at your on-chain activity, and they're just going to send you BNB. Crazy, right? Who would think like a company would actually own up to that, would actually just send you money, and all just for trading memes, right? So shout out to Binance, first of all. Shout out to CZ, the founder of Binance. Like, this is huge, right? This is amazing. The fact that they actually want to give back. They don't want to just screw over retail investors. They want to literally be like, okay, we understand this happened. Let us give you some money back. At the same time, they made money. Maybe they shorted the market on the way down, and maybe they just feel guilty and they want to give some money back. Whatever the politics, I'm happy that we as the users are getting free money. But let's kind of highlight this tweet and let's look at it and see what BNB is up to. So BNB, if we're looking at this tweet, BNB literally came out and, by the way, 45 million is coming back. Airdrops. Again, you don't have to claim. It's just going to be dropped into your wallet. The first batch is already sent. I think they're doing 4 batches total. They have a list right here that you can access to see if your address, your wallet address, is in this list that qualifies for this drop. They're just saying it's a gesture of a BNB. This is BNB is doing it right. Binance is doing it right. If you reward your users, you keep them happy, they're going to keep coming back. Did I see, like Coinbase do this? Do you see like Kraken, these other exchanges? Are they doing all this big stuff? No, I don't think so. I think Binance is one of one by doing this. This is huge. This is great. This is big. This is awesome, right? They're being processed, just efficient, and they said they should be completed by early November. So by early November, if you were trading on BNB and you lost money during that volatility, or you were just there doing volatility, you should be getting some money back. I'm not sure exactly what their criteria is. They're just saying it's more of a reimbursement thing. So maybe you had to lose money to be able to claim. Either way, this is huge. So as we're getting OpenSea, as we're getting MetaMask, now we have BNB. So that's just more money coming into our pockets, and not just money. It's free, FREE, free. That's the best part. That is literally the best part. That is what airdrop season brings to us. And we are currently in airdrop season. And speaking of airdrop season, we had another company airdrop, and that would be Monad. So that is a layer one, so brand new layer one, similar to Ethereum and Solana, and they had an airdrop. So looking at that drop, let's actually look at this tweet here coming from the one of the interns from the actual company, Monad, on how to claim the Monad airdrop. So you can actually go here to this website and check your eligibility. So in there, you'll sign in for either your Ethereum wallet or your Solana wallet. Normally, just EVM and Solana. Those are the two chains that they're rewarding. And it's more than just, it's more than just interacting on their chain. So they had a test net, basically like a testing staging area, and now they're live. They're going on their mainnet, which is their live environment. Everything actually counts. So testnet is just for testing purposes for traders and builders. Mainnet is where things actually lie. You can actually make money, and it's real money that you're playing with. Testnet is more just test money, and you're just kind of playing around with things. So it has a whole, like, literally checklist of what you can check. You can connect your Twitter, your email, Discord, Telegram, and your wallets, and you can see if any of those reach qualification for you. And then it tells you what to do if you're eligible and if you're not. And it seems like their actual reveal and their drop comes in on October 28th. So right now it's just the checker. So now you're just checking. Let me actually show you exactly, or not exactly, but kind of like what it looks like coming from the claim website. So let me pull it up here. Perfect. So this is what it's going to look like. So this is just one of my random wallets here. So you go into the website, you hit sign in, and then you'll come up here and you'll connect your wallet. And then over here, it'll show you your Ethereum wallet connections, your Solana connections. I connected my Twitter here too, your email, Discord, so on, so on. And then it'll tell you if you're eligible. In this case, these current wallets are not eligible, so it'll tell you right here. But if it is eligible, it'll tell you, and then you'll be able to select the wallet address as to where you want the claim to go to. So that is Monad, right? So now we already covered 3, 4, right? OpenSea is coming, MetaMask is coming, Monad is still coming, but you have your checker officially here, and BNB is dropping. 4, literally 4. But let's just make it a 5th. Why not? Let's have a little fun with it, and let's make it a 5th one. So now we have our 5th platform, 5th crypto company, you can call it, that is doing an airdrop, and that is Meteora. This is a liquidity provider. This is a basically a place where you can provide liquidity for specific coins. It's super useful, super big, and it's on the Solana network. So maybe they'll reward you for swapping, providing liquidity on Solana, just using Solana in general. They'll probably reward you for it. And what do you know? The checker comes out tomorrow, 10/16. Today's the 15th, tomorrow's 16th. You have a checker that comes out. So this is an official tweet from their official Twitter. And it's saying, we know you've been waiting. Here, where's the checker? Comes out tomorrow. Amazing. That's 5 now. 5 potential airdrops, 5 potential revenues of free money that can literally be coming into your pocket. Amazing. There's where else can you find this kind of potential? Just going to say, where else can you see this potential? Where else? What other market provides this? In my opinion, nothing. The best you can get is maybe a stimulus check from the government, and Trump is hinting at that again. But the last one we got was in 2020 because we had a huge crisis with COVID. But like, what other environment, what other space does this? Stocks don't do this. If you invest in the stock, maybe you get dividends for investing in a stock over a certain period of time, but that's the best comparison I can get. But crypto is still very new. People are still learning how to kind of go on chain and work these wallets, use dexes, kind of get messy on chain. But if you understand it or if you're trying to understand it, again, follow the link in the description below. I can literally sit with you one-on-one and show you how all of this works. You can come with a list of questions. I will check off each of those questions. Just saying. But like, if you understand this and you understand how all of this goes, and just you being a natural user, exploring, kind of having fun, making some trades, selling some stuff, right? You doing this on chain is rewarding. And this is proof because we have just hit airdrop season. That means these companies are going to come out. They're all going to compete against each other. They're all going to try to one up each other. Maybe they even may like be a little petty and be like, if you qualified for this one, you won't for that. Whatever, doesn't matter. You're getting free money at the end of the day, and that money's going to be coming directly to you, and you can use that to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, whatever coin you're interested in, or you can use it to literally just cash out, take it back to the bank. Cool, I just made $500 just like that for free, or even better, I just made 2K, 3K, whatever. Like, this is the season where things like this happen. So this is where you get excited. This is where you start farming. I would say it's okay to farm, but it's also important that you just be a natural user. And if you were in the past, then maybe you start farming more now. But basically, just get your points up, get those rewards, get what you need to, and it's pure profit. Maybe you have to put a little bit of money in. I'm not saying you don't. So if you want to make swaps or buy an NFT, swaps through the MetaMask wallet, bridging, whatever it is, you're going to have to put a little bit of money in it. But that money will be exponential when the airdrop comes. Let's say you put in $100, you could make up to 500, $1,000. That's 5 to 10x your money simply by interacting with a platform. Keep that in mind. So that's my big spiel, what I want to tell you guys about these airdrops. But now I want to highlight a coin that is very interesting to me. It's on the BNB chain. So if you stuck around this long, lucky you, because I'm about to show you a big coin that super interesting that I feel like has a lot of potential. And we're having a dip in the market right now. Market was up after that flash crash. Market went back up, and now we're kind of dipping and retesting those lows. We may go lower, sure, but it's always good to DCA, dollar cost average in. But let me kind of show you this coin that I'm looking at. So, and you can tell me how you feel about it, definitely, and I'll tell you how I feel about it. So here's the special live stream special. You're seeing this live in action. Here's my coin of interest. It's called 4. Throw up the 4, throw it up for CZ. This is what I'm talking about. This is the coin of interest. So yes, this lives on Binance Smart Chain, utilizing BNB, Binance. This is all Binance based. So right now, this coin right here, this chart already looks pretty to me, right? It started off here, consolidated a bit, and then boom, shot up huge, then consolidated here, and then boom, and then now it's on its correction. So this was the first huge correction, going from 300 million market cap down to near 60 million. But if you bought here, congrats to you, because you're still in profit. But even right here, in my opinion, sorry, hit the mic. In my opinion, again, not financial advice. I think right here, eventually we're making higher lows, right? This is This is the bottom. Then we make a high. Then we make a higher low. So this low is higher than that low. So that's called a higher low. Then we make a higher high. So this was the original high. This is higher than that high. And now we're making a higher low. So it's higher than this low. If we hold here, we could take out this 20, let's just say 25, 24 million. We take that out, we retest the highs. Maybe we have some resistance at that 30 million level. But if we take that out, clear skies, price discovery, throw up the 4 for CZ, and this is going to the moon. Now, this is huge. And just some preface of what it is. The 4 is an iconic meme with BNB and with CZ. As you can see in this picture right here on the left, right? This is CZ right here. That's the man in action right here. That's the founder of Binance. He is throwing up the number 4, and that's referencing bullishness. I'm not sure where he got 4, but basically 4 is just referencing bullishness in the market. He's just saying like up only 4. Like he had many tweets of it. He posted this tweet and a picture of him throwing up the 4. This is huge. I feel like Binance will back this coin. I feel like eventually it'll get listed on Binance itself, which will propel it even further. I feel like this is, if BNB is where the attention is and we want to find a leading runner, this is it. I feel like 4 is the leading runner on Binance Smart Chain. I'm saying it right now, not financial advice, but I do feel like this could even go up to like $1. Maybe it goes up to $4. The prophecy is there. $4 to $4. Literally everyone's talking about it on crypto Twitter. Like, this is a big coin. The chart looks nice. It's on a pullback. This could be an opportunity. Or maybe if you just want to catch like a 2x, 100%, I could see it jumping to like 400 million too. So again, just my targets, what I think my potential is, not financial advice, but check it out, right? Throw up the 4 for CZ. Check it out. Could be something huge. Definitely could be. And I'll continue to share coins like this. I'll continue to share my knowledge live on stream. I used to do videos. Maybe I'll put out some more videos, but I like the raw, unedited live version. I just started streaming. Maybe this is my like 5th or 6th stream, but please show me your support. Please show me your support, Compass Cartel. The Crypto Compass needs your support to continue building the platform. So please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Please show your boy some support. Show your boy some support, and I'll give it right back. Promise. I'll be there to help you guys out too. I'm going to spread my knowledge to you. That's the end goal. It's never changed, never been different. You help me out, I'm going to help you. That's the goal. So smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell me how you feel about it. Please blow up that chat. I need to see this chat more live. The chat's been way too dead. So blow up that chat. Tell me how you feel about all of this, and we can just have a conversation. We can literally just kick it. Like, it doesn't have to be a big deal. It doesn't have to be formal. That's the point of these live streams. It's just information coming at you, unedited, and we can just go back and forth. So keep all that in mind. Let's keep this market going. Let's stay bullish in Q4. Let's hope BNB kicks off. Let's hope that we get lots and lots of airdrops. I pray that we all get airdrops. I want to see everybody win. So to airdrops, comment airdrop. If you made it to this point of the video, go ahead and comment airdrop. Tell me how you feel about airdrops. Stay active, and I'm going to respond to all the comments and everything you say in the chat. But for now, until next time, Compass out. I'll see you guys later. Peace.